I am currently a published author by Penguin, alhamdulillah. I have recently released the Ramadan Planner, which I'm really proud of and excited to talk about. I am also a data analyst and a full-time blogger. My friends recently had converted to Islam, and they were fasting at the time, and I thought it would be really nice if we shared things with gifts, which is one of the things that you can do during Ramadan. One of the things that I always do is make big food platters and send it to my friends, and I thought in this instance, why don't I just make her something that she could use every day, like a journal purpose, dedicated towards Ramadan. So I went on my laptop and I just created about 60 pages of a document. Nothing big. It took me around 2 days to complete, and I did it just for her, and I sent it over to her. And before I knew it, my friends and family really encouraged me to send it everywhere, like online, as at the time I had a big platform. So I thought, you know what, as long as it helps someone and it benefits someone, I'd be happy to share it. So I posted it online with the intention of benefiting people during the month of Ramadan, and yeah, it blew up. I really didn't expect it. I thought maybe one person would download it, but it just went out into the world. It went to all four corners of the world. I had loads of DMs pouring in, and that really melted my heart, because I didn't think something that I made would be able to reach that many people around the world. So yeah, now, well, during the time I was releasing it around 2021, that was when Penguin actually reached out to me, and they said, why don't we publish the Ramadan Planner? And I thought, yeah, why not? This would be really cool, having a hard copy rather than just using PDFs to share it. And yeah, now we have the book. So in the planner, there's actually a specific section dedicated towards Dua 101. And this has a very basic list of everything that you can do during Ramadan and everything that you should avoid during Ramadan, well, in general in life. And I thought it was really cool to incorporate that, because sometimes it's really hard to keep track of all the do's and don'ts in one place. There's a lot of books and a lot of resources, and I thought this would be great for kids, even myself. A lot of it was self-reflection, and what I struggle with during Ramadan. Having a list like that is really beneficial to just keep track and cross off whenever. I think one of the closest things to my heart during Ramadan to do on the to-do list is sharing knowledge. That's the whole point and inspiration of my planner, actually. And if you guys knew the blessings that it carries to just share the amazing parts of our deen and Islam in general, yeah, the blessings are genuinely unlimited, because you could teach someone who's younger, and then they can go ahead and teach their peers, and they can go ahead and teach their parents or whoever's near them. So it's like an act of kindness. You do it and you pass it along, and it keeps going generation after generation, and that's my favorite thing, I think. One of the things that I feel like I struggle with most during Ramadan, like one of the habits to get rid of, is it's actually on the list, and it's not ignoring others. And the reason why I struggle with this is because I try to lessen the other sin, which is, if someone irritates me, I'd rather ignore them than just talk to them about it. Or if one of my siblings say something that I know I will shout at them for, I would rather ignore them than just deal with it. So every Ramadan, the one thing that I really try to do is soften my heart. So that's obviously the first step, is to ask for forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then the second one is really try and have an open conversation with what I'm irritated with. And that really helps me psychologically as well to communicate more with other people. And I feel like we really, our generation kind of struggles with this, because we would rather commit a lesser sin than a bigger one, but it's still a sin at the end of the day, and we should try our best to be just towards one another. And that's like the way of the Sahaba back in the day as well. When there was a simple matter that they did not agree with each other on, they would do their best to communicate and then resolve the matter. And that's something that I've learned through a lot of lectures that I've been watching recently, is how to develop a good relationship with other people, especially family, friends, because at the end of the day, our human nature is to need one another. And if we can make that connection more beautiful by not ignoring one another and really sitting down and taking the time to get to know one another better, it would make a better Ramadan, a better life overall.